These are some of the most beautiful moments of respect in sports. Foothill team. When a cheerleader from Foothill High School was diagnosed with leukemia, her football colleagues stepped up big time. One by one, all 57 players on the team placed orange roses at her feet before the game began as a way of showing their support for her. Derek Redmond. In what has been dubbed one of the most inspirational moments in Olympic history, Redmond had snapped his hamstring and began limping while in severe pain. He was determined to finish the race. His father then rushed to his side and helped him to cross the finish line. Christian Eriksen. Danish midfielder Christian Eriksen collapsed face first into the pitch while running to collect a throw-in. His teammates and Finnish players nearby rallied around him and signaled to the ref that Eriksen needed urgent medical attention. They then formed a shield to allow him and the tending medics some privacy. Stepan Papu. This Belarusian athlete took victory in the men's 74kg category at the European Games, but it was his post-fight gesture after the game that truly got people awestruck. Papu's opponent struggled to walk out of the arena, so he lifted him onto his shoulders and took him to the medical bay. Grigor Dimitrov. Dimitrov's reaction to his injured opponent, Edmund, was golden. Enough to make a grown man cry. Brahima Darboe. An athlete from Guinea-Bissau, Brahima Darboe, stopped his own race to help a struggling competitor finish Friday night. Darboe held up an exhausted Jonathan Busby and together they staggered their way over the finish line. Auden Club. Players from Jordan's Shabab Al Auden Club had just kicked the ball away from one of their opponents, a player with a hijab, when she stopped mid-match after her hijab fell off and her hair started showing. 5 players from the Auden team ran to form a tight circle around her so she could adjust in privacy. Phil Wang. Canadian racer Phil Wang thought nothing of sacrificing his own victory in order to help an opponent who had crashed. His opponent had got stuck under his car. Wang pulled off the track to rush over and help out his fellow competitor, who luckily escaped without injuries. Tottenham players. Tottenham Hotspur players let this young disabled boy warm up with them and thereby created this beautiful moment of respect.
Yes, sign him up. I think everybody agrees. That is one inspiration of everybody we see here at the lane.
Anita Alvarez. Alvarez was competing in the final of the women's solo free event in Budapest when halfway through her routine she lost consciousness. She began to sink to the bottom of the pool before her coach Andrea Fuentes jumped in and dragged her back to the surface. Leonard Fournette. Fournette made a heartwarming gesture to a wheelchair-bound fan before the game began. The fan, who had traveled from Chicago to Arizona to meet Fournette, got the player's shoe signed and handed to him. The look of joy on his face couldn't have been any more obvious. Christian Pulisic. A young fan rushed towards Pulisic in order to take a quick selfie with his favorite player. Security began to drag the fan away from the pitch. Pulisic himself quickly went over to calm the situation down and asked security to let go of the boy. And he did take a selfie with him.